Leaves it for ODI, who flushes it home again. Leroy ODI now 4 for 4 from the row.
Pratcher got to do something. 3 at the buzzer. Trinity Rowe. 3, 2, got to do something with it. Rowe for 3, and she makes it at the buzzer. And WKU goes into the
Men's basketball returns home and picks up another huge win against New Mexico State.
And the Lady Toppers kept us on our seats for a fashionable win against the Blue Hens on the road.
Softball continues to dominate in non-conference play, currently on a 5-game win streak.
You definitely don't want to miss First Verdict as we talk district championships here on The Extra Point.
Are you kidding me, Dalvin? Bucket with space inside the 10. Looks to break the tackle, and he breaks the end zone.
Dominate on 3 with 3 times.
And we'll keep it on the ground with Wales. Not only will he get the first down, he'll get the touchdown and the championship.
Use it for Rogers for 3 for the win. Western Kentucky doesn't break.
The grass is red in Kentucky.
Holy moly.
The Hilltoppers are champions of Conference USA.
Welcome into Studio 2. I am Gus Warren, and I am here with Eli Thompson on The Extra Point.
Dude, I mean, those words are just awesome sauce.
It's been so long since I've anchored,
been
and I mean, man, my first time was anchoring here with you, and I mean, it's glad to be back in the booth with you.
We are here, and let's get started.
Yeah, it's district championship time, baby. Let's go.
Dude, best time of the year.
And now let's take a look at this week's Hilltopper headlines. Coming up first, we have WKU's softball sweep of the Hilltopper Classic this past weekend. The Tops were dominant all weekend, including 2 run rule wins and only 11 total hits allowed over 4 games. This team held a level of swagger that has left opponents in the dust. Non-conference play has been a breeze, but conference play is around the corner, and stakes are always higher the closer we get to postseason. Hear more about the Lady Tops later on The Extra Point.
Yeah, I mean, this Lady Tops team, they are good. And
absolutely.
They're not just the only team. This men's basketball team, Teagan Moore was named Conference USA Player of the Week. And after coming back from injury, Moore had himself a week, averaging 24 points and 4 rebounds, notching 2 big wins on the road with his return. His best game came in the Tops' big win over Delaware, where he notched 27 points and 4 boards on 9 of 14 shooting. Last night, he continued to show off, putting up 23 points and 7 rebounds on New Mexico State. He is 3-0 since his return, and the Topper team might have just found a bit of rhythm as conference play approaches. Gus, Teagan Moore is the answer.
Yeah, I mean, they have got their flow back and going from the court to the gridiron. Hilltopper football's punter Cole Maynard has received an invite to the NFL Combine Specialist Showcase. The All-American and All-Conference USA punter was one of the best in the nation in 2025, ranking first in yards per punt with an average of 48.7. He had a season-long punt of 71 yards and landed 15 inside the 20. Maynard looks to follow in the footsteps of his dad, who was a third-round pick in 1997, and Maynard will continue to try to impress NFL scouts through the weekend in Indianapolis as he tries to land a roster spot in the league. Eli, you think he's league bound?
Dude, he's going to get a roster spot in. We got top 5 players for you, and some of those players might get a top 5 roster spot too. I mean, these are some great top 5 plays, and dude, let's get into number 5 because I want to see it so bad,
Yeah, let's
man.
get into them. This might be my favorite. Coming in at number 5, we have Armani Bird with yet another big slam in the district semifinal win against Bowling Green. He is skywalking, Eli. I mean, he makes that look easy.
Oh, I mean, I would need probably 7 stepping stools to get up to where he's at. Holy cow. I mean, how does he get that high?
You could take us to the trampoline park, and I probably still couldn't get up that great.
That's a good one. But let's go ahead and let's take a look at number 4. How about this? Ooh, with the block. How about that? Junie Stroh sent it into the bleachers. This kid drops his trumpet.
Get up, nerd.
Come on, nerd. Get up. We don't want none of that. Boom. Into
Great
the bleachers.
defense.
Wow.
Not in Junie's house.
Dude, not in Junie's house. That is the block that I like to see on the extra point.
I tell you what. And now coming in at number 3, we have the cherry on top of the South Warren Spartans. Come from behind win over Greenwood with the steal and the big Johan Pratt jam to sweeten the deal. What's LeBron say? Ain't that what they do? On his head!
On his head! I mean, Johan Pratt was the guy in this game. And let's go ahead and let's take a look at number 2. These buzzer beaters by Trinity Raw. I mean, not 1, not 2, 3 buzzer beaters, tells her opponents, row, row, row your little boat home, because she's hitting all the buzzer beaters today. And MTSU, boo! In Delaware, how about them apples?
Yeah, and I mean, we didn't even get the last one. That might have been the craziest one, but I mean, if she just keeps hitting them, we might just keep recording them. We're going to have all of the Trinity Row buzzer beaters on the extra point.
Trinity Row is the answer.
And now for our top play of the week, Leroy Odiahi with the jam. And I mean, that was nasty. That was angry.
On his head again. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Leroy, he's the guy. He's the guy for this team.
That was genuinely on his head. I mean, why even jump? Why jump with Leroy?
Yeah, Leroy's undefeated. You're never getting there.
I mean, yeah, that was nasty. That was, he's got posterizer on Hall of Fame.
I mean, yeah, and I want to ask you, which one was your favorite of the 5?
Man, I mean, the Armani Bird one was nasty because of how he got up. But, I mean, the Leroy one was angry. And, I know. You think he should have hit one of these after? You know,
he should have hit the zombie land. You got to hit it after a dunk like that.
I mean, that was crazy.
Junie Stro. Well, I mean, send it into the bleachers, literally. Like, we weren't exaggerating.
You sounded a little bit personal when you were talking about the band kid getting his trumpet knocked over.
That one's my fault. I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to evaluate, and I'm going to apologize for that one. But, I mean, the block, that was absolutely ridiculous.
That was insane.
That
was up there.
Nothing better than that. And coming up next, we do have men's basketball, because they might have found their mojo, currently on a 5-game win streak.
Will they have what it takes to keep it alive against UTEP? Find out next on the Extra Point.
I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
You need some help?
Your toe chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
To the rack, scores, count the basket, and one for Teagan Moore.
Classic Teagan Moore move.
Leaves it for ODI, who punches it home again. Leroy ODI now 4 for 4 from the floor.
Welcome back into the Extra Point. The men's basketball team is on fire right now and get a 22-point win versus New Mexico State as they return home. Gus, what did you see out of this Hilltopper basketball team?
I mean, that was just pure dominance from top to bottom. I mean, I think I saw when I was looking at the stats, they had the lead for 99% of the game, and I think they led it by as much as 32 at one point. 33 fast break points. They held New Mexico State to 17% shooting from 3. And the biggest thing I noticed from the Hilltoppers this game was the shooting splits. 51% from the field and 44% from 3 as a team. I mean, the the rim was as wide as the ocean last night. I mean, they could not miss.
Yeah, and not only did they just shoot well then, this whole team shoots well. Teagan Moore shoots 40% from 3 on the season. Ryan Myers also shoots 43%. Grant Knoll, he shoots 35% from the 3. They can all spread the floor. They can all shoot so well. When you have a guy like Leroy Odiahi in the paint, it just creates the perfect amount of separation. I think Teagan was the player that this team really needed, and he was also the player of this game without a doubt. He's been the player of the game for the last 3 games. 23 points, 8 of 13 shooting, played less than 30 minutes. I mean, he's just putting up great stats, and it just goes to show why he's needed on this team.
Yeah, and that is his 4th straight 20-point game in this win streak, and he's been electric since he has returned from the concussion protocol. And just like 2 years ago when they made that run to the big dance, I mean, Teagan Moore was a vital part of that just as a freshman, and I mean, you can see how important he's been to this team since he's come back and just overall this year in general.
Yeah, I mean, he's the player they need, because I don't necessarily think it's all the shooting. Don't get me wrong, that's a great part, but it's all the defense he brings. He gets a lot of big rebounds. He makes the small plays that I think makes Coach Hank Plona happy, and I think that's why he is so valuable on this team. He's coached to the way he plays. He's not coached to a system, and I think that makes a big difference.
Yeah, and on top of that, like his play and his talent is big, but the energy he brings, like you saw before he came back, they were kind of sluggish, looked defeated, and then he gets back out there and they got their groove back. I mean, this looks like a winning team.
Yeah, most definitely. And let's go ahead. Let's take a look at what Coach Hank Plona had to say about the big win.
So I would just tell you, to me, it's a team effort. I don't think there's no person that's more important than the other. I think when a team plays very well, you take advantage of matchups. The ball moves. The ball has good energy. It finds whoever it's supposed to find, and guys are confident and aggressive in their moments. So I think Teagan and Grant are certainly both been very comfortable and confident, attacking and shooting the right shots. And no doubt they're two very valuable offensive players for our team.
And the Tops have been rolling over the last few games. Can they keep the streak alive as they take on UTEP Saturday? Eli, how do you like the chances?
I like the Tops' chance alive. They are on a hot streak. UTEP is not. This UTEP team has been struggling. They are almost last in Conference USA. They don't shoot the ball super well. They don't have a great point differential either. And their assist-to-turnover ratio, get this, 285th out of 365 teams in Division I. They're not a good team. If the Tops lose this game, it'd be very disappointing.
Yeah, and I mean, like it's one of those games, like it's a trap game. I feel like they've been on a roll. They can't really count UTEP out, but at the same time, like if they approach this game the same way they have the last 5, they will be just fine. I mean, as long as Teagan, feed Teagan. It's like 2016 Cowboys, feed Zeke, feed Teagan, give him the ball, let him cook. And now someone that WKU needs to keep an eye on is Jamal West, a top 2 scorer and the leading rebounder for the UTEP team.
Yeah, I mean, he's just an absolute great player. He's not great from the 3, but this whole team is it. But he does everything else right. He plays defense. He has a good amount of blocks per game. He leads the team in rebounds, as you said, but 6.6 rebounding, and he's the leader. This Tops team can out-rebound him. They can out-rebound this UTEP team, and they should be able to get the win.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to have his work cut out for him down there with Leroy battling for rebounds and just trying to contain him. But we'll see what he can do. But like you said, as long as they contain him, I feel like they will be just fine.
Yeah, and you mentioned the rebounding. We got Teagan Moore back. Western has Teagan Moore, so those rebounds are going to be big. He's going to be able to help out in that category a lot. It spaces the floor more, this WKU team. They have all the right things going for them, in my opinion.
Yeah, and one thing that Plona and the Tops like to do, they like to run, they like to push the pace. I feel like as long as they keep doing that and the shots keep falling, I mean, sky's the limit. And it's the last home game of the season. They're going to want to go out with a bang. I feel like everything is setting up for this to be a perfect win for the Tops.
Yeah, and I think fast break points will be a big key for Western. Can they out-push the pace of the Miners? If they control the tempo, they will win the game.
And coming up next, WKU women's basketball fought until the end in a win against the Blue Hens.
Find out how they can keep the streak alive against Liberty next on The Extra Point.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first-round draft pick, on and off the field. We were taught to not show any signs of weakness. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. I thought that something was wrong with me. For 20 plus years was physical. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father, as a man and as a husband. Put the importance on your mental health. I'm not scared to talk about it anymore. The first tool is therapy. The second one is positive self-talk. But then journaling, putting your thoughts on paper. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire. How to control the flames. What to do with hot coals. How to secure your chains. But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back into Studio 2. The Lady Tops have found a rhythm and are rolling with yet another win over Delaware. Eli, what stood out to you in this game?
I mean, the buzzer beater. Come on now, Trinity Rowe is just having herself a little stretch of a run here, and it's looked nice. But man, WKU against Delaware, they did all the right things, and I think that Coach Collins is fighting. He's making this team fight because he wants to turn this season around, and I think all the Western fans want to see that as well.
Yeah, and one thing they have done, they have been really scrappy, and just the defensive side of the ball has been where they have shined in this. 40% from three helps, but 11 steals and 16 points off turnovers. If you play defense like that, like you say, defense wins championships. Yeah. I mean, it gets no better than that.
Yeah, and third win in a row, that is just huge for this team. That's exactly what they need to fight for. They need to keep getting these wins. They need to keep shooting the three ball good. The steals are transferring over to the offensive side. I just think it's all flowing well, and we've seen Coach Collins do this before. And there is one player that stood out in this game, and it was Salma Kador. I mean, she has just done so well over the last few games, and she's the player that this top team need to highlight. They need to make sure that she keeps playing in this jersey.
Yeah, and one thing, we talked about the defense, 4 steals in that game, 2 blocks, and that is her third straight game with 2+ steals. The defense has really risen to the top for this team, and they're doing it at the right time. And a team high 19 points also doesn't that's not too bad either.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team that they really struggled early in the season. They had a really bad start to the season, and now that they're starting to maybe find the players to get the ball to, they're starting to figure out how to play defense better. This team is doing all the right things, and I think Coach Collins is really going to have to step it up. He's going to need to keep doing this stuff. He's in the hot seat right now, and I think if he keeps getting wins like this, he'll be just fine, because Coach Collins, he's had success here. He has beat teams here. No one wants to see him leave, and if he keeps doing this, I think he will be at the tops again next year.
And one thing is, they had a lot of winnable games this year. It was 4 or 5 games that were within
6
3
games
points.
within 5 points.
And the defense has been name of the game for the Tops. Let's look during their 3-game win streak. Let's hear what some Lady Toppers had to say about their defensive philosophy.
We know that we've struggled kind of offensively, so to get our offense going, it starts with good defense, and that's kind of all we really talk about in practice, pre-game, post-game, everything we do, eat, sleep, breathe defense. So it's really come along, and just watching the film from our past games, we can see how much we've grown, and that's really given us confidence to keep playing.
Yeah, I think today we just gave it our all, literally. People were on the ground, we were fighting for jump balls, we were squaring around the post, we were trying to get no threes, we just gave it all.
As the Lady Tops come back home, they look to extend their win streak to 4 against Liberty. Let's take a look at some of the keys to the game. Liberty, they are a team that is pretty good, but they're not insane. This is a winnable, and it's almost a must-win for the Tops.
Yeah, this is definitely the toughest game they've had in this 3-win stretch, but this is a team that holds their opponents to about 37.8% from the field, and they like to force turnovers like WKU's been doing during the stretch 12.7 points per game off turnovers, and they like to score the ball, 63.5 points a game. You know, they're sitting right at 6th in Conference USA. If they can get a win against Liberty, I mean, that's going to be a huge upset going as we near Conference USA play.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be a very defensive battle. Western, they've had those 11 steals over the last few games. Also, Liberty only scores 63 points per game. Very defensive game, but one player that this Liberty Flames team has that the Tops are going to have to circle, Avery Mills, guard for Liberty. She has been doing everything right all year, and her birthday's tomorrow.
Yeah, her birthday's tomorrow. Happy birthday!
So
I hope you wish for a Tops win. I don't know why you would, but I hope that happens. And I mean, they're going to need all the help they can get. I mean, she is a leading scorer with 15.7 points per game, and she is an absolute sniper. 42.4% from beyond the arc, and averages 87.5% free throw shooting. As long as they can contain her and they can keep her, you know, maybe get her on an off shooting night and, you know, really just lock down on defense, I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, and I think Coach Collins will go into this game and find ways to contain Mills. She's a player that can spread the floor. You never know where she's at, and that's why she has such a high 3-point percentage. She's so good, but this Liberty team, they also have 12 losses. So 12 teams have figured out ways to stop her. I think Western can be the 13th.
Yeah, and another person I got to look out for is Emmy Stout, who also she provides a lot of scoring as well with 13.9 points per game. And then Ify Nwobi, 10 points per game and 1 block. They're going to have to watch out for her down low. I feel like if they contain those 3, they'll be fine.
Yeah, no, I most definitely agree with you there. And this team, it has done great things all season. But coming up next, we'll take a look at what the softball team has been able to do with the Hilltopper Classic this past weekend as they continue to try to dominate this upcoming weekend.
Yeah, and let's look ahead to the look at this weekend. Let's see if they can continue to keep the win streak alive next on the Extra Point.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut, the one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink, or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking, now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed, better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead, catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
This one roped into center field. That's going to drive in at least one. It's going to get 2. Masters comes in to score. Heron routes third and scores. He's got Kendall White over in scoring position. In the air right field, it gets down. White turns the corner, heading for home. There's the throw. It's an RBI double for Kennedy Stinson. And that will do it. Final score here from Bowling Green, a dominant win for Western Kentucky.
Welcome back to the Extra Point. Lady Topper softball had a very dominant showcase of the Hilltopper Classic, going undefeated over the weekend. Eli, what were some of the keys to the top successful showing?
Yeah, well, the main thing that stood out to me was Butler and Detroit Mercy both got run-rolled by the Tops, and the game ended early. Those are the kind of stats you want to have as postseason starts to approach. And I know it's far away, but you got to start looking at that kind of stuff, and these big wins are what builds confidence for later in the season.
Yeah, and one main thing, we kind of talked about it earlier, but 11 strikeouts on the weekend, you know, it sounds, you know, it's like, oh, but then you see 15 hits.
Yeah.
Only 15 people got on base over that entire weekend, 4 games. And like you said, the 2 run rule wins versus Butler and Detroit Mercy led to the amazing sweep over the weekend for the Lady Tops.
Yeah, and they have all the pieces this year. They've struggled over the last couple seasons, but they have all the pieces, and one of those pieces has just been an absolute star for this Hilltopper team, and that is Annie White. She has been doing so good. 1 error all weekend and 7 RBIs. Those are the 2 things that stand out to me, Gus, because it just shows that she's putting in the effort in the little things. RBIs are such an important stat, but everyone wants to look at batting percentage. Everyone wants to look at home runs. She is bringing in 7 runs over the whole weekend. That is half of everything the opponents got on base against her. I mean, that's just a crazy stat.
And then on top of that, 583 batting average. It was almost a guarantee for her to get on base. I mean, almost impeccable, and only 1 error over 4 games. That is, she was almost perfect.
Yeah, and she's been doing all the right things, and she's surrounded by a bunch of other all-stars on this team. You have Jenna Blanton, Macy Masters, who has 5 home runs on the season. They are all doing what Coach Tudor wants them to do, and it's working for the Hilltopper system. And I think this softball team can be real dangerous as conference play approaches.
Yeah, especially as they keep racking up these wins. I mean, 6 wins in a row as they look to this upcoming weekend. I mean, after a successful showing in the Hilltopper Classic, the Lady Tops have yet another big weekend coming with the Hilltopper Spring Fling. Eli, how are their chances looking this weekend?
Well, if you ask me, and just based on what we're looking at right now, Gus, I'd say their chances are pretty good of sweeping. Illinois, not a very good team, 0-3 on the road. Ball State, 4-4, and Ball State is a team that has a little bit more six. They have 2 players who bat 400. They are a good batting team. It's the errors that really kill Ball State. And then you look at IU Indy, 6-game losing streak. They got off to a 3-2 start, and then they just haven't been able to find their footing since. Tops need to go 3-0 this weekend, because I think that's what will lead to the most success later in the season.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at the field of competition. It's not the best, but these are also some of those games where you can get trapped. They can't really, I don't want to say let the success get to their head, but I don't think that's something that's really they're going to have an issue with. I feel like they're going to keep the ball rolling, and I mean, you saw what they did last weekend. I feel like they're going to keep that momentum going, and like you said, having these wins under your belt as you approach conference play, that's bigger than anything.
Yeah, and looking specifically at Illinois, Addison Carlisle, she has 17 hits on the season. She's the only good player on this Illinois team. They don't have a lot of other options. No one else has more than 12 hits on the season. Carl is the person that they're going to have to kind of circle on the roster and figure out what she's doing well. You contain her, you get a win against Illinois. And IU Indy, very similar situation. They're a team that only has a couple good players. You contain them, you get wins. Coach Tudor needs to get this squad ready for this weekend because it should be a breeze, but you never want to count anyone out.
Yeah, absolutely. And then when you have a team like Illinois, you know, they're pretty good, pretty decent, but like that's something you can't fall into that trap. You can't really underestimate anybody.
Yeah, and Gus, looking at the competition for this weekend, is there one specific thing that really stands out to you?
I mean, WKU, they're just gonna have to really keep it rolling from last week. And after talking about the Lady Tops' big weekend and previewing what's ahead of them, it's time to let our takes be heard on this week's segment of All Ears. This week's take brings me to WKU softball, where I believe the pitcher Rylan Smith will win Conference USA's Comeback Player of the Year award. That's right, since tearing her ACL in the offseason, she has worked hard to rehab and return with a vengeance. In just 17 innings pitched this season, she has earned 24 strikeouts and only allowed 10 hits. During the Hilltopper Classic, Smith earned a season-high 7 strikeouts versus Detroit Mercy and also notched a season-high 5 innings pitched. She currently has the second highest ERA in her 3 seasons on the Hill with 2.77. The former Conference USA All-Freshman team member has helped keep Hilltopper softball's current win streak alive while also returning to form in her own right. On February 21st against Detroit Mercy, she earned her first win of the season as they closed out the Hilltopper Classic a perfect 4-0. Smith has not skipped a beat since returning from injury, and her pitching has helped the red-hot Hilltoppers as they have had a very impressive start to the season. If she continues this level of play, she will be a guarantee to win Conference USA's Comeback Player of the Year award. Now, Eli, are you hearing me out?
I mean, I love that take. It would be so cool to see her win such a prestigious award like that. She's battled so hard from coming back from injury last season. She's a great pitcher. She's great for this Tops. You mentioned she was a team captain. She has been doing all the right things to really win this award, and I would love to see her bring it home.
Yeah, and my thing is, it's not even about the level of play. She's doing what she's supposed to do, but it's the team captain. It's having that level. It's having that authority on the team. She's somebody that they look to. She's always there to cheer them up. Cheer them on as well. And I mean, you saw it in that video. I mean, there were 2 home run plays where she's right there at the very end, congratulating them as they run through. And, I mean, she's one of the leaders on the team. She's somebody they look to. She leads by example.
Yeah.
And, I mean, she's somebody that's really going to help them keep this streak alive.
Yeah, she's a veteran player on this team. She knows the system. The players look up to her. She's a great person to have wearing the Tops jersey and a great representative of this university and what all she does on the softball field.
Yeah, and as softball looks to continue their hot streak at home, hear how the Hilltopper baseball team can look to bounce back after the Kentucky loss with a home series against IU next on the Extra Point.
A lot of my friends told me that I wasn't going to be able to do it. You don't need to start out with a teenager because they've had all these things that they've gone through.
Could we give him the things he needed to be a successful adult?
What parent isn't worried about, what am I not doing right? What am I not doing enough?
That's my son.
My dad showcased a sense of love that I never had before.
I had a rough time, but I saw that even though the way I was acting, they didn't push me away.
She says that we're her heroes, but she's also mine.
I've had 3 other mother figures in my life, but only one of them has taught me how a mother loves.
How you guys raised me is absolutely amazing. And I really, really appreciate that.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing that keeps us focused.
A habit we never skip to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game, to drown out that self-doubt and support your mental health? Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and your mental health.
Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Welcome back to the Extra Point. This week, Hilltopper baseball traveled up to Lexington for a big matchup with the Kentucky Wildcats. Eli, how did the Tops fare against the Cats?
Well, it was a slow start that got them. They came back closer to the end. I think they got it back to 8-7. But when you give up 4 runs in the first inning, you're not going to set yourself up for a lot of success later in the game. This is just a UK team that I think had more talent. They outmatched WKU, and I think it showed in the game.
Yeah, and when you give up a home run on the first pitch and dig yourself into a 4-run hole in the first inning, that's kind of hard to come back from. And as you look at the stats, 13 runs allowed on just 20 hits, 13 RBIs allowed, and 2 homers, one of which was the first pitch of the game. I mean, there were instances in the game where WKU cut the lead down to as many as as less as one run. But that 4-run inning that they dug themselves into, that's kind of what set them back.
Yeah, it was the offense for this UK team that really pushed it out. 13 RBIs, and UK just has so many players, but one guy that's just so good, Ethan Hindle for this Wildcat team. Boy, did he just have an absolute game, because he's an absolute dog. 2 RBIs, started the 4-run rally, and like you said, home run on the first pitch. Ethan Hindle has just been a star for this Wildcat team, and he's proving why this UK team is really good, and WKU is just really struggling right now.
Yeah, and starting off the game, first pitch hitting a home run, I mean, it's kind of hard to lose that game. I mean, he started a 4-run rally in the first inning, and I mean, they just caught fire and never really looked back.
Yeah, and this WKU team, they're a struggling WKU team. They haven't been able to do as much as they were last year. They're missing some of those pieces, and no one's really standing up. Arroyos he's doing good. He has 13 hits. He has 2 home runs, batting a .371, but he hasn't stepped into that role. Austin Haller hasn't really stepped into that role. Camden Ross hasn't really stepped up to that role. And if you look ahead, the Tops will face Indiana at home in a 4-game series, and they're currently playing about 300 yards to the left of us What is the biggest thing the Tops need to focus on to bounce back in this game?
I mean, just don't look to dig yourself into a hole early. You know, you've got to really tighten up the defense. And with a team against IU that's kind of like this is a good bounce back series after losing to a good team like UK. Yeah. IU is a team that's 2-5 and 0-3 on the road. They have a 249 team batting average with a 359 on base percentage and 41 team RBIs on the season. I mean, they haven't been great, and this is a team that, you know, WKU really can't overlook. But, you know, there's only the only way to go from last week's game is up, and I feel like this is a great way for them to bounce back.
Yeah, and it's scary playing a team like Indiana so early because you know Indiana, they have the Big Ten money, they have the people on that roster. When those pieces start to connect, this Indiana team could be very dangerous. They might have started 2-5, but WKU has to contain them. They need to go 2-2 or 3-1 on this weekend series if they want to really push themselves forward. And there is one player that Indiana has that the Tops will have to look for, and that is Hogan Denny for the Hoosiers. He has just been an absolute star for Indiana. The Tops need to contain him, Gus.
Yeah, and I mean, he is everywhere at the batter's box and in the outfield. 22 putouts on the season, and he has a 385 batting average, 2 homers already, and 7 RBIs. This is a guy, I mean, like you said, you're going to have to hit it into the gaps. You know, you kind of got to get him guessing whenever he's at the plate. You know, you just got to do what you can to kind of get him out of rhythm so you can try to take this series.
Yeah, most definitely. And the Hoosiers also have Landon Fry. He's batting 400, and he's just been doing a lot of things for the Hoosiers right. And I will say, Gus, I'm about to give you an all ears, and I don't know if you want to hear it, but I need you to hear me out, all right? I need you to hear me out. So everybody, go ahead and take a seat, because this all ears might not be what Tops fans want to hear. But I do believe that after a slow start to the season, WKU will not make the Conference USA Championship. After winning it last year, this year feels slower. It feels like the talent hasn't risen to their potential early, like what we saw last year, and it is not the same team that we had last year who started 20-1 on the season. This team is 5-4 already and lost to Kentucky Wednesday night by 4 runs. And by the way, Western beat UK last year. I just see too many holes in this team, and it is lacking in too many areas to succeed in the postseason. Gus, this baseball team, they just don't have the pieces yet. No one is stepping up. No one is the new Ryan Weidman. No one is the new Ethan Lozama. No one's filling in for the 4 pitchers that Western lost in the transfer portal. This team is slower.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I want to disagree with you, as much as I want to see the Tops succeed, I'm going to have to hear you out. And it's just because it's one of those examples of a small school falling victim to the transfer portal and even the MLB draft. Like you said, Ryan Weidman, he left to go to the league. Ethan Lozama left for South Carolina. I mean, they lost a lot of the talent that, you know, really got them to the big dance last year. And, I mean, it's just another example of, you know, a small school kind of falling victim to the portal. And they really, they don't have that guy that year. They don't have that alpha dog. And last year, WKU was lucky to have multiple.
Yeah, no, most definitely. They need the batters to step up. The pitching and the defense, that all can be put to the side. You need more home runs. You need more good hits. Just get people on base. Get your batting average up. Get more RBIs. Focus on the small things, and I think it will lead to bigger things.
And the good thing about this team was, I mean, offensively they look good. Defensively they have a lot to work on. The only way they can go from here is up, and they really need to win this weekend. And now don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, as we have a rumble on the diamond between reporters Megan Geisler and Phil Clark on Delay a Game. I'll try to keep it as civil as these two argue both college and Major League Baseball. I can't make any promises. It's me. Just watch the car crash unfold next on The Extra Point.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
You need some help?
Your toe chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another segment of everyone's favorite delay of game. You all know how rowdy I get at the desk, but I'm going to try to keep these two contestants, Megan Geisler and Phil Clark, in check as they argue all things baseball. Y'all should know the drill by now. Let's start with the first topic of the day, which is, Megan, who's winning the World Baseball Classic?
I know that USA is winning the World Baseball Classic. They have a stacked roster. This is their best roster yet. They have 2 reigning Cy Young winners, Skeens and Skubal. They have 4th place NL finisher Logan Webb, All-Star Joe Ryan, Nolan McLean, the number 15 prospect in the sport. They have a stacked roster and a strong pitching staff. Their pitching staff is probably the best thing that they have going for them. And Phil is going to say that his team, he's kind of unsure about their pitching staff. But with USA, we know our pitching staff is good, and we know that they do not come to play. They are here to win, and the motivation and team chemistry, everybody on this team wants to play on this team. All right, I'm going to have to stop you right
there. Phil, she doesn't like kilometers. Who are you going for?
I'm going with the República Dominicana. I don't know if that was pronounced correct, but the Dominican Republic. She said that I don't know about this starting pitching. Okay, the starting pitching, you have Sandy Alcantara, former Cy Young winner. The stacked lineup, Manny Machado, Julio Rodriguez, Ketel Marte, all All-Stars. This offense is ridiculous. And I really want to touch on this point here. Albert Pujols, number 3 in home runs all time. And anyone who talks to Albert Pujols knows he knows baseball. He brought Mike Trout into the league, brought him hitting home runs just like him, sat under him. Everyone knows he's a clubhouse guy. Mike Trout and Albert Pujols. All right. Dominicana.
Y'all gotta start talking to each other. Y'all gotta start.
Okay,
go.
Number 1.
I'm not sure about your pitching staff. You literally said pitching staff, question mark. We are sure. Every single pitching person on our team.
Are you going to let me speak?
Are you asking a question?
Tarek Skubal is only pitching 1 game. What are you going to do with that?
We have other guys on the team. We have Skubal, we have Skeens,
and we have. Joe Ryan had a 4 ERA last year. What are we talking about?
But we have Skeens and Skubal. They are pitching, and we have.
Skubal's pitching.
We have the pitching staff. Okay, you don't even know who's pitching your games. You don't even. Pitching staff, question mark. And it's not even that. Every single guy on this team wants to be there. They had to fight to be on this team.
The pitching staff is not the key. It's the people that can hit the ball.
Okay, well then the rest of our people are stars. We have ranked people. We have MVPs. We have
defense wins championships.
Defense does win championships, not when you hit 10 home runs a game and you score 10 runs a game.
Well, it's not even our pitching staff that's good. The rest of the people on our team, our whole team is stacked.
Not there. That's all I got to hear. Mike Trout's not
there. We have
Bobby
Witt.
Mike Trout is not even on the USA roster.
We have Joe Ryan. We have everybody.
Joe Ryan is garbage.
All right. Hey,
he plays for the Twins.
Hey, pipe down. Now let's settle down. Don't make me act out of character. We're moving on to the next question. Who is the most underrated team in college baseball? Don't give me no backsass, Phil. Megan, it's your turn.
I'm going with Coastal Carolina. I think Coastal Carolina has what it takes. They were College World Series team last year. They went to the World Series championships. They were MAC champs last year. They have elite pitching. They have financial power. They have so much to go with what it takes.
I mean, Megan, I think they flipped the stats here, but
yeah.
How are you going to pick Coastal Carolina when they are literally ranked?
It's still my turn to talk.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Okay, well, talk then. I mean.
They have everything. They made it to the College Baseball World Series. They have a .977 fielding percentage in 2025.
All right. I know
elite
we cut
pitching.
you off, but Phil, you can go.
All right, so I am a hometown kid of the Akron, Ohio, and I'm going to take a look at this team called the Kent State Golden Flashes. All right, I wrote in the stats that were on the previous screen that they won the MAC. They actually didn't. Who did that? Me. Joke's on me, guys. I did that. Oh well. They're a college World Series team. And a little note about this Sawyer kid. I played him. He hit a home run off me. Never talked to me again. Absolute dog. Ethan Toomis, this guy has pitched the most innings on Kent State, and he's got a 2.79 ERA. Nothing to compete. I already said about the batting. The batting is insane for this Kent State team, and there's nothing to compete with this pitching. This pitching is great too. So what are you going to say about that?
Let's go. Let's hear it. Box, please.
Okay, we made it to the College World Series last year.
You are
we
ranked.
Yeah, exactly.
You
We
are
are
ranked.
ranked. We are good.
Underrated. Underrated.
But we're still good.
Yeah, you are good. I'm not saying you're not, but underrated? They're not. They're overrated.
They're not overrated. They have everything it takes to go to the World Series again.
That's
they
not what I'm
already went to
saying.
the World Series
They're
once. They're going to the
obviously
World Series
good, but
again.
they're not underrated. They're overrated. They're ranked.
Please.
Kent State is not even ranked. They just swept Tennessee, or they just beat Tennessee in a series. The reigning national champs.
He's got a point.
I mean,
but are they going to make it to the College World Series? We have the history to back up our play.
You made it to the College World Series last year.
We have the history to back up our play, and we have the financial power. They have so many finances going towards their baseball team. They have the money. They have the people.
Yada, yada,
they have
yada.
the staff.
They're ranked
they have
9.
the resources.
They are not underrated. They made the College World Series last year. Kent State will make the tournament. Hot take, but they will make the tournament.
Oh.
Their tournament or the World Series?
They will make the region tournament.
Okay, but they're not going to get past that.
And Coastal Carolina will?
Yeah, they're going back to the World Series this year. They did it last year. They're going to do it again.
Nah, they ain't repeating. This is not MLB. This is not. We don't pay players anymore. I mean, I guess we do. NIL.
I was about to say NIL, dummy.
Dummy. All right.
Yeah.
Whatever. They're not underrated. They are overrated. How are you going to pick a team that's ranked 9 in the country, I believe, and they're going to say they're underrated? They
anything goes down in my book.
Kent State can beat them. That's all I'm going to say.
All right.
Let's keep it.
Yeah, y'all want to keep going?
I mean, if you want to keep going, this Sawyer kid. I mean,
all right. Shut up. Don't make me act out of character. My mom's watching. We're now at the final question of the day. Who is winning a Conference USA title? Megan, your turn.
Dallas Baptist University is taking the Conference USA title this year. They have what it takes. They have everything going for them. They were voted preseason favorite. Chayton Krause was voted preseason player of the year. And they have a championship history. They've gone to so many championships over the past few years. And they're joining the Pac-12. They're leaving Conference USA. So what better way to leave the Conference USA than to go out with a bang, to go out winning? They have everything it takes. They were ranked number 17 in the nation entering the 2025 season last year, and they were picked as the favorite this year. The team returned 6 All-Conference USA selections in 2025. They have Chayton Krause and so many other people that they have going for them.
All right.
I mean, you can go ahead and move to the Pac-2. I mean, that's a great conference. But I am going to bring my graphic up, please, right here. I'm going to be taking the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. I got everybody against me. Eli says they're not making the conference championship. I got Megan. We go here, guys. We go to Western Kentucky. And Mark Reardon is the reason. He came here turning this program around. They have the lineup. The lineup is actually doing pretty solid. It's the pitching is a little iffy, but they can get that under wraps. You've seen the history. Jack Bennett, Jason Bimby, Drew Whalen. We can name off all these pitchers that can step up. I believe that if they keep coaching and they keep coming up every day and work.
Okay.
Hashtag casual.
You say that Mark Reardon made such a great team, then why is everyone leaving? They have fallen victim to the transfer.
We already said
we had people going to other teams. Everybody is leaving. How are we going to go to Conference USA if we don't even have the
Dallas Baptist is also a group 5 school.
No, they have people returning. That's their thing, is they have returning players.
It doesn't matter who's returning.
All 6 All-Conference USA returning
again.
players.
I mean, if you're just
you
gonna
are
be like
losing players, losing games. You're allowing 10 home runs so far.
10
you
homers.
guys are literally failing. You guys have not what you were last year.
You guys
started off. Doesn't matter where I go. I am not biased. You are biased. School biased.
Actively working against the Hilltoppers.
You are biased.
How am I biased?
Because you go here.
I was at the game.
You aren't allowing yourself to see the facts, see the statistics. You're like, I go to WKU, so I'm going to choose WKU.
Stop! Shut up, please. Stop. Both of you. Stop talking. That is all the time we have left for Delay a Game this week. We will see you all in just a couple of minutes as we take a look at one Lady Hilltopper basketball who is also making waves as an entrepreneur. Find out more next on The Extra Point.
I was a quarterback at Hardaway High School. College first-round draft pick, on and off the field. We were taught to not show any signs of weakness. During the football season, I would stop eating. But I didn't know I was depressed. I thought that something was wrong with me. For 20 plus years was physical. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father, as a man, and as a husband. Put the importance on your mental health. I'm not scared to talk about it anymore. The first tool is therapy. The second one is positive self-talk. And then journaling, putting your thoughts on paper. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire. How to control the flames. What to do with hot coals. How to secure your chains.
There's no sparks.
But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to the Extra Point. Sports director Kaylee Marksberry sat down with Lady Topper guard Tia Schelling to learn about her fashion beyond the court.
It was like a hobby at first for me. Until I seen what it can bring to the table.
The game plan runs deeper than the playbook.
I knew I was into designing when I just wanted to get dressed just to go outside, and take pictures.
And what started as self-expression became a styled collection.
I started this clothing brand and I made one design, and I didn't know if I really liked it, but I put it out there anyways. It was a sweatsuit, it was a top and bottom, and all my friends, they went crazy over it.
And that gallery needed a mentor.
I look at Miss Mickey like my grandmother. I have so much love for my grandmother. When I first started working with her, I realized that she loved it just as much as I do. So
Mickey Drew helped Tia learn the craft stitch by stitch.
We just started out doing an apron, and I have commercial machines, which just makes it worse for somebody to try to learn, but she did pretty good. It's a lot, you have to learn to cut it out, and there's all kinds of stitches because she did a pajamas the second time, and it was really complicated. And then the fabric you use makes a difference, and she had a knit fabric, which is one of the hardest fabrics to sew on.
And that wasn't the only thing that she's created. She has multiple designs that got her name and brand out there. But ultimately, there is a message behind it all.
The only message I want to send when people wear my brand is to be yourself, be comfortable wearing you, being you, I always been different. I always went to the store and my cousin to pick up them shoes, and I noticed and I say, now I want those, so just be different and be you. It's good to be different,
For the Extra Point, I'm Kaylee Marksberry.
I'm now joined by Kaylee Marksberry. Kaylee, what was your favorite part about talking to Tia?
Oh my gosh, talking to Tia was so fun. There was something that I didn't include in there, and I asked her if she could recreate the uniforms. How would she do it in her own way? And she told me that she would make them all black because she loves black on black, which I did too. I'm actually wearing black on black today, so fun fact. But she would make them black on black. She would put Big Red's eyes. I don't remember if she said on the front or on the back, but she's so creative. Yeah. She would also put Lady Topper on there. And another thing that I really liked that she said was, she said how she's seen herself grown a lot, like not just as an athlete, but as an artist. Like those pictures that you saw were from 2023, 2024. She's working on new stuff. I actually saw her post on her brand story that she's coming out with a part 2 of some of the stuff that she's been previously working on, which I think is so cool.
Yeah, no, that's super cool. And was there anything that shocks you, while we have a little bit more time, was there anything that shocks you about it?
So I think a lot of people look at Tia Strouling, or will look at like any basketball players and be like, you know, they're athletes. They don't really have much outside of that. But she is so much more than that. Like she told me, like after college, like she wants to work on her brand more and really make it something that's, you know, goes back to her hometown. She's from Louisiana, New Orleans. Yeah. And she wants to take that back there. She's been working with bigger brands. I forgot what the brand called. It was Love something, but she's been working with a bigger brand. And the seamstress, Mickey Drew, that I talked to, she's great. Yeah. She's been a Lady Topper basketball fan since the 80s. So cool. When I went to her alteration shop, she had so much Western like decor, and she had like a picture of, you know, the basketball team from 86 and 87, which I think was so cool. And she actually works on Western's uniforms, like for football. She works on the football uniform, which is such a fun fact. Cool, yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, so coming up next, we'll talk first verdict. Don't go anywhere.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Welcome back to the Extra Point, and we're here for First Verdict to talk some high school basketball, and let's get into it. 13th District will start there. Franklin Simpson coming off a game-winning charge call, and then Logan County, who do you have winning?
Yeah, no, I know they sent out an Extra Point poll, and 100% said Logan County, and I mean, I don't really know. This is a toss-up. I saw these two teams play.
I want Franklin Simpson.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I want Franklin Simpson.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Franklin Simpson, they got a solid team. I mean, they can really once they start to slow the pace down and play their style of kind of ISO ball, then they can. I mean, they can go.
Franklin Simpson, I think, has the better look on it.
And now looking at the 14th District, Warren Central beat the rival Bowling Green Purples, but that was not quite as impressive as the South Warren 16-point comeback. Warren Central, South Warren, who you got?
Give me Warren Central. I think that they're going to go into this game so relaxed and so ready that I think they're going to be able to prevail. But I think they might struggle in region. I don't know, though.
Yeah, I mean, this is another poll where it was 100% Warren Central. Everybody's kind of counting South Warren out. I think they played their best game already. We'll see. But I mean, they still got their place in region.
Yeah, most definitely. And now let's go ahead. Let's take a look at the 15th District. Glasgow and Barron County. They've both punched that ticket to Diddle. But who will win tonight, Gus? Let's hear it.
I gotta go Barron County.
Barron County. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Barron County.
Yeah, no, I like the Barron County pick. I mean, you got Cade Hardy, and that boy can hit daggers. And right there on your screen, you see him now. You just saw Jalen Bradley. That's going to be a great matchup. Hardy versus Bradley. Jarek Martin down low. You got none for Barron County. This one will be a good game. There's a reason of the extra point reporters, Glasgow had 70% of them. I think this is going to be good.
Yeah, I was about to say 70% with the Glasgow. I'm going to go with the 30 that said Barron County. I want to see an upset here. And I mean, yeah, it'll be something interesting to see. It's a rivalry already. It's a battle of Barron County. I mean, or battle of Glasgow, however you want to look at it. I mean, how do you think? I mean, we're gonna have to see tonight.
Yeah, most definitely. And I think we will find out which one of these takes is the worst than Max Kellerman tonight on 2-7 overtime as the district champions clumb to a close. But unfortunately, that is all the time we have for today. Don't forget to tune in to 2-7 overtime. As always, it's up.
We got a little bit of time. Hold on a second.
Wait, it's up. Is it left? Is it right?
Is it?
Where's it at?
With the fate of the universe on the line.
56
I want
yards out.
Iguodala taking the shot.
It's good!